Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another F1 2020 My Team episode here at Circuit de Monaco for the Monaco Grand Prix, home Grand Prix of Charles Leclerc, and hopefully a Grand Prix where we can pick up rather a lot of points. Now, at the end of last episode, we made some interesting upgrades. We decided that we needed to increase our driver perks. So we've now got level 1 for all of our driver perks. Just spending a little bit of cash, but not really going too far into the facilities because I don't think we'll even be able to do too much as far as upgrades are concerned anyway, for the first season at least, until we get a little bit more money and it's a bit more free buy for the facilities. But we've also got ourselves an upgrade or two coming through. As you can see, we've got a rear downforce upgrade coming through and a turbo durability coming through. We're going to be whacking these on for the qualifying, and then I think I might revert for the race, if that's possible, just so that we aren't using up our new stuff in the race. I want to be using our old stuff, especially on a track like this where there's not a lot of overtaking. So anyway, I'm going to quickly go and do the practice sessions. Obviously, if there are any interviews or anything, I will let you know. If anything fun happens, I'll let you know. But otherwise, I will see you on the other end of qualifying. Right. Guys, I have a bit of news. I've just come in to do practice session 1, and we've got another Spain. The Monaco race is going to be in the wet. But by the looks of it, we will actually be on full wet, and I believe that the conditions on the track will go to dry at the end of the race, judging by that forecast, because it says mixed conditions, whereas the other one, it was pretty much the same conditions. I don't know how much I'm looking forward to this. But as you can see, we're actually very, very close to AlphaTauri on the development comparison. We've jumped ahead now of Haas, who are catching up pretty much. They're on a very similar speed to what we're upgrading at, and Alfa Romeo and Williams are actually closing in pretty quick, but AlphaTauri have just flatlined over the last couple of races, so I'm not really sure what's going on over there. But anyway, I'm going to go through and do the practice sessions now, so I'll see you in a bit.
How do you feel this season is going for you? Is the car competitive?
Well, a bit of development. No, the car doesn't wear out too fast. I think it's going to be a great season. We're going to go with that because that will affect our team acclaim in a nice way, whereas the others I think would have been bad.
Were you struggling for grip, or did you just misjudge some corners?
I'm going to take the L on that one as well, which basically balances it out.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Well, what a wonderful interview. Thank you so much, considering the fact I didn't even hit the wall once. Interesting practice interview, I must say. Right then, so we have finished practice, and we appear to have got ourselves a very, very tasty amount of resource points. The team is very close to Team Acclaim 9. I think right now I'm going to quickly go into our R&D. Let's make some upgrades, people. Let's make some upgrades. I don't think that there are any upgrades for downforce that aren't major upgrades, major upgrades, and possibly the same for chassis unless we get the tyre wear upgrades. So it could potentially be. I think we should start on the powertrain. I think now is the time that we begin. After Monaco's gone,
so what have you got
we've got some
against
very,
sessions?
very heavy.
Even if you're confident in your setup, these sessions are still useful for development data.
What? Alright, Carl, I've literally just been and done practice, alright? Leave me alone. Because I do practice one and then I leave it at that. But anyway, we're going to go into here now, and I think we should possibly... see, I'm very undecided. I don't know whether to start on our chassis. Because we can't develop anything
What do
there.
you think of this one?
So this is one that I'm being recommended to do. Do I want to do it though? Tell you what. Let's do both. At the end of this qualifying session, I will make sure that we have a chassis upgrade coming in. Oh my good lord, those are some interesting times. Whenabouts are these performance upgrades going to be ready then? Let's have a look at this one quickly. It's going to be ready for the Canadian Grand Prix. Okay. And when would this be done? Ah, it'd be done just after Canada. That's very annoying. Right, so it's now qualifying 3, and it would appear that these new parts are actually having a very, very large effect on the performance on the car. And by that, I mean I'm up there with the Mercedes cars, which is very unusual. Obviously I'm going to be putting them back down in the race, but as far as qualifying goes, I think we have a chance for pole today. Could it be that we get our first ever pole position in Formula 1? Let's go find out. So, this happened, and I'm not entirely sure what to think or what to do, because we are on pole by over 8/10. Our teammate is nowhere to be seen. Oh my goodness. Well, I suppose we better go for another one, eh?
With qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves of our top 3. The Rainmaster, Bottas and Sebastian Vettel. With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
Right. So, we're on pole. When I put in my first lap, which still would have put us on pole, right? 3/10 quicker, pretty solid lap. Considering we've got all our new parts on and everyone else will be struggling a little bit for power and pace, I thought, do you know what? That actually makes a fair result. I went up for my second lap. In the first sector, up by 1/10. In the second sector, I was up by 2/10. In the last sector rather, I was 4/10 up. What do you mean? I have no idea where 6/10 came from, but my god did I push the car, and my god is that a lap time. An absolutely blistering lap time that I don't think I will ever be able to match again in my life. Not in the Quantum Mercedes at least anyway. Well, the race is going to be in the wet, so let's see if we can keep ahead of Valtteri Bottas, Sebastian Vettel and Lewis Hamilton, Charles Leclerc, Max Verstappen, basically the whole grid at the Monaco Grand Prix. I'll see you guys there. But, interview first.
Great qualifying session. It must be a relief being that far up the grid.
I mean, it's no surprise how quick our car is quick out there. Our aero team has worked wonders. We're definitely going to be saying that. We're going to try and big up our car as much as possible. All drivers are at their best this year. Brilliant. That's more acclaim. That's what we like to see.
Appreciate your time.
No worries. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you giving us more stuff. Don't see any reason why I'd complain about that. But anyway, moving off the back of an outstanding pole position time, we go back into the thing here, and you can see we are gonna go up to level 9 team acclaim. and we're up to level 7 driver acclaim, almost level 8. I think we'll be able to get level 8 in the race if we win, maybe even level 10 for the team as well if we win as well. We are on an absolute hot streak.
Nelson Piquet once said that driving the Circuit de Monaco was like riding a bicycle around your living room, and it's not hard to see what he means by that. There's no more prestigious a Grand Prix victory than Monaco, but also none so challenging. We already see the lowest average speeds of the season here at the Circuit de Monaco, and they'll be even lower in the difficult conditions today. 19 corners make up this famous 2-mile track, and with the rain, it'll be even harder than usual to get that critical heat into the tyres. Don't be surprised if we see a safety car at some point during the Grand Prix. Joining us today to oversee all the thrills and spills, it's Anthony Davidson. And great to see you. How are you feeling about the race today, and how are the circuit conditions from what you've seen?
Well, the surface looks clean enough, but I'm a little bit worried about the track temperature. It's pretty cool out there, which could give some teams difficulties when it comes to keeping their tyres in the right operating window. The cars out there that work their tyres hard and really put a lot of energy through them, they'll be the ones that are better off.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. The Rainmaster lines up on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Vettel, Hamilton, Charles Leclerc and Verstappen, Ricciardo, Albon, Perez and Carlos Sainz, Norris, Ocon, Lance Stroll and Gasly, Magnussen, Kvyat, Romain Grosjean and Kimi Raikkonen, Latifi, Giovinazzi, Russell and Mick Schumacher. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
Thank you very much, Jeff, and here we are then for the Monaco Grand Prix in full wet conditions. We start P1. And it looks like we're not actually going to have to make a pit stop for the whole of the race, which is surprising actually, because as you can see towards the end of the race, it looks like we're going to have to make some kind of pit stop, either to intermediates or to maybe even slick tyres. The track temperature is 25 degrees, air temperature 23, so it's still quite warm, so it shouldn't be too hard to keep the temperatures alive on the tyres, and hopefully we can have a half decent race, and maybe even the first ever win for Quantum Mercedes and for myself, JDGalae, in my debut season as well. It's looking like another Lewis Hamilton situation. Anyway, we will find ourselves getting into the race now. I'll see you guys on the other side. I can't wait for this race. So then here we are, 5 red lights, we're on pole position, Valtteri Bottas is right next to us, lights are out and away we go. We get a brilliant, absolutely brilliant start. Oh my goodness, we are a full 6/10 ahead, 9/10 a second ahead in the first corner. Valtteri Bottas is just behind us, Vettel, Hamilton, Leclerc, it looks like Hamilton's overtaken Vettel now. Oh my days. We're getting to lap 1 now, and we have a bit of a wobble there, and Bottas is going to get quite close. We're going to have to be very, very careful here, because we don't want to get any damage, we don't want to overcook it with all the pressure. Go deep into the corner, very nicely done, good launch. Slow in and quick out, and it looks like we're just about going to get away with that mistake, but we need to be very, very careful. We don't want any damage, and we can't be letting Valtteri Bottas get anywhere near close to us at all in this race. Now we move on to lap 2, and it's a decent lap. We're putting a bit of a gap to Valtteri Bottas now. It's now 1.2 seconds, and I think we're doing pretty damn well. The following lap, it's around about 1.2 seconds again. It goes up to 1.3. At this point, I'm actually having, just having a bit of fun. It's actually, I don't know why, but I enjoy driving in the wet. And this is actually a banging last sector. You see that it's now 1.6 seconds to Valtteri Bottas. It's 1:27.5 from us. That's really not a bad lap, if I'm honest. It's now up to 1.7 seconds, or you can just see there. Whenever Valtteri Bottas is going in a straight line, he's much quicker than we are, which is very annoying. Very, very annoying. But I'm just going to leave you to watch this lap, actually, because this is a pretty quick lap. There are a couple of little mistakes, but overall I think this is actually a really nice lap. And I just wanted to show you guys that I'm not that bad in the wet. I'm not too bad. As you said, there's little mistakes here and there, but these are very, very, very tricky conditions. So I hope you allow me that. And yeah, here we come to the end of the lap. This was a pretty decent lap. But just listen to Jeff here.
Great work. That's a new fastest lap of the race. We're leading our teammate by 24.9 seconds.
What do you mean 24.9 seconds? 24.9 seconds. That is not surprising, actually, at this rate.
Check your MFD.
We're going very, very fast. But what's actually going to happen here is we're actually setting some bad sectors. I was thinking it was time for intermediates, but just at the end of the lap, Jeff comes in and says, right, it's time to change. So in we come. We're going to change onto the intermediate tyres. We're going to stick it into lean, just in the hopes we can save a little bit of fuel. Because I maybe want to go for a nice lap, see what the car can do in intermediate tyres. I think Hamilton's going to have to stay out, as are one of each of every team. Bottas is going to get priority this time round. Leclerc is about 3.9 seconds, 3.5. We'll go with 3 seconds. He's about 3 seconds behind. So yeah, I think we're still in first. We're still in first. This race is turning out to just be domination at its finest. I don't understand it. Leclerc's going to pit now, which means Bottas is going to be just behind us. We set another 2 purple sectors, which means these tyres are lit. These tyres are ready to go, and we're 12 seconds ahead of Valtteri Bottas at the start of the lap. Let's see what it is at the end of the lap. I'm going to show you this lap because I think this one's pretty quick. You see there 7/10 in the first sector. Not surprising on intermediate tyres, but it just keeps getting quicker. So here we come then through for our first lap on the intermediate tyres. We're only green in the middle sector, fine, weirdly enough, but we are 0.3 faster. It's a 1:23 flat. We can 100% go faster than that, and we are going much faster on lap 14. And we a little bit wayward coming out of that little hairpin there, but we are flying, absolutely flying on these intermediate tyres. And the gap to Valtteri Bottas is now 16.1 seconds. It just keeps growing. and keeps growing. I'm just astounded by what's going on here, to be perfectly honest. So at this point, I am pretty sure, you know, I'm just going to win. I'm not really looking at my mini-map. I'm just driving. I'm trying to drive nice, drive comfortably. Oh, wait. Why is Giovinazzi right in front of me? There is no way that we're that fast. We're now 22 seconds ahead of Valtteri Bottas, 30 ahead of Hamilton. Oh, sure. Yeah, we are actually going that fast because we have caught up to approaching back markers. And we do approach, we're going to lap Giovinazzi here. This is absolute scenes. I did not think at all, ever, that I'd be able to get into my team career, drive as a Quantum Mercedes driver, and then like have in the first season at Monaco of all races to be doing this. We lap Mick Schumacher now. Oh my days. Our teammate's gone. He didn't leave us much room though. I'm not gonna lie, he really didn't leave us much room. But we have actually, it's only just settled in. We've lapped our teammate. That's really bad. He needs to go. Oh dear lord, we've just lapped our teammate. He's in 21st in this race. What on earth? Pig double. Daniel Kvyat is not making this easy. He pulls to the inside, slows down, and then just. Oh right, he does allow us by there quite easily, but a bit dangerous. I'm not gonna lie. I think next up is George Russell. I don't really know how this is gonna work. I think he might give way just as we get to the tunnel. This is quite an experience. Oh, it's very, very close. Oh, that was a lot closer than I would have wanted. He practically brake checked us there. Very fortunate not to have wing damage, actually. I'm actually really not too happy with that. We're catching Latifi very, very quickly here. I think he's just going to pull in as well. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I think that's probably going to be it because it is the last lap of the race. We're going to come through the final section here. Not too fast, just nice and careful to not bin it on the final lap. We turn in now, coming into the final little section corner here. And we come through, ERS enabled, power down as hard as possible. Oh
You worked hard for that
my
one.
goodness.
Congratulations.
What a race. That may not have been very entertaining for the viewer, but for me, that has to be one of the most entertaining and fun races I have ever driven. I don't like Monaco, and I think anyone that knows me knows that I don't like driving around Monaco. However, in the wet, I think I've just fallen in love with this track. I actually cannot believe how beautiful this track is in the wet. Like I just don't get it. We've managed to come across the line for P1. We've beaten both the Mercedes. I don't know if you can see there. You got Arava Racing. Go check out his channel. Obviously he'll have no idea who I am, but we all have a bit of Arava. Sebastian Vettel gets P4 for the Ferraris, which isn't actually very good for us because we are kind of battling them in the championship in the constructors, but we're more focused on McLaren and whatnot, probably the racing points as well. But people, ladies and gentlemen, viewers, that right there is a dance that says I've just won my first ever Grand Prix in the Quantum Mercedes car, and I'm very, very happy about it. I'm so happy right now. I actually can't believe it. We've won our first ever race. We're even on the constructor step as well. Oh, look at that. That is absolutely beautiful. And the thing is, we were so quick. Look how much quicker we were than Valtteri Bottas.
So, Anthony Davidson,
That's
that's
2.1 seconds faster as a faster lap. I just don't get it. Daniel Ricciardo managed to get from P7 to P5. That's a great result for Renault. Carlos Sainz makes it into P8 from P10. Let's see where our teammate finished up. He did finish up 21st in the end. Obviously, we did lap him. We lapped up to Luca and Latifi. I think that's going to be one of the one and only times that we ever managed to lap cars for a few seasons' time. We just had blistering pace. Absolutely blistering pace. I am astounded by how quick we were around this track. And we get the point for the fastest lap as well. Let's have a look at the standings real quick. We are 1 point behind Valtteri Bottas in the Mercedes-AMG Petronas. In the Constructors, we are now 1 point away from... No, 2 points, sorry. Away from Red Bull Racing. We are 18 points from the Ferraris. P2 in the Constructors is still not gone, ladies and gentlemen. We have a chance to not finish P4. Best of the rest. Best of the top 4, I suppose. I'm so happy with this result. So happy. Haas, Alfa Romeo and Williams still yet to pick up points. AlphaTauri on 5. And the McLarens and the Racing Points seem to be very close in that midfield battle there. But overall, it's... Oh, I don't even know what it is. I am lost for words right now. I cannot believe that we have just won our first race of the season. The first race with Quantum Mercedes Formula 1 team. I'm so happy right now.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that.
Pretty happy.
You took the top points today. Was it a comfortable win?
Honestly, it actually was a very easy win. I think the chassis was probably the best, but we're going to go for durability because we need to get some upgrades there.
Things went a lot better than last weekend, didn't they?
We're going to get some stuff here to the chassis, make sure that's paying off.
All expectations. Would you say we all underestimated you?
Go straight in for the chassis. We need to build it up.
Do you feel comfortable in the wet weather today?
Boom. Do you know what that might mean? That might mean level 10.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Which means that we can get a third secondary sponsor, which would make me extremely happy. Sorry if I sound a little bit monotone right now. I'm still slightly recovering from the fact that we've just won the Monaco Grand Prix. We absolutely slap Alexander Albon to go 18-9 in our rivalry there. Looks like we're not going to be quite able to get level 10 team acclaim, but we definitely will be able to get it next race after Azerbaijan, which should hopefully also be a very interesting race. We've got 400,000 from our sponsors as well, and I think, oh no, it looks like one of our... Ooh, we have some sponsors to look at. Okie dokie, I wasn't expecting this. Achieve and hold first position for 10 laps. Now, with a goal bonus of 300,000, I like that a lot. 10 laps, 4 laps. Big differences in goal bonuses, I'm not going to lie. What a neon. Qualifying P4 or better. Risky. Very risky. Score 33 champion... Oh, 33... Oh, no, we're not going to get 33 constructors points. 10 laps, 4 laps. And 20. Still not going to be able to get that, possibly. 20. First for 2 laps. Fastest lap in any session. Now that is something that we can do. That is something we can most definitely do. That is going to be top of my list right now. Could be a clean race. Nah. Score more points than the team directly above you in the comparison. Now that would be very easy to get, but it does give us slightly less for both weekly and goal bonus than Lugner, I believe that is. Lugner, yeah. And that's the sponsor we've already got. Achieve a top 10 finish. So either we go big and hope for the best, or a top 4 finish. Do you know what? We're going to go for Cassandre. We are going to go for Cassandre. They give us the best goal bonus. It's a decent weekly income. The contract's for 105 days. Achieving a top 4 position during the race so far has been an absolute walk in the park. But I'm not 100% confident that we're going to be able to carry it through. We've had so much luck in these opening races. Do you know what? No, we're just going to do it. We're doing it. So our new sponsor will be Cassandre. We're going to quickly go over to our livery and put on those sponsor details. I think that's looking very, very nice. Let me know what you think in the comments, whether I should make any changes or what changes you think would look better to the car. We're going to be doing a special livery for the British Grand Prix, so I want everyone to tell me what colour scheme you would like for that race, because I'm very much want to put as much effort into the British Grand Prix as possible, as it is our home race. Let's quickly go into R&D. Obviously we've got to fix up this aerodynamics upgrade, which is very, very annoying. We'll do our activities now. We'll get aerodynamics up. We'll do one of those and one of these, I think, before we head into the next Grand Prix, which will be Azerbaijan. But anyway guys, after this I'm going to have to leave this video here. If you guys did enjoy, please obviously drop a like and subscribe if you are new around here. It looks like we've got ourselves some upgrades, but it looks like one of the durability upgrades has failed, which is very, very annoying actually. But our downforce upgrade has come through. When is this coming through? This will be ready for the Canadian Grand Prix. This will be ready for the Austrian Grand Prix. Now that is something I was not expecting. But anyway, that is going to be it for this episode, guys. Leave a like if you did enjoy, and subscribe if you're new around here. Turn that notification bell on. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the win, and I'll see you next time for Azerbaijan. Goodbye.